Hi everyone, I'm Nick, this is Bunda. Welcome to our new video series. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 4. Today I'm going to talk everyone through how to get back into shooting after having had such a big break. Tip number 1 is check your gun fits you. So one of the main important things is having had 3 months off. Everyone's either had maybe more drink and more food, or maybe they've been on a fitness program. So obviously your physical body structure, as in your shoulders, your neck and your face, could all be a different shape to what they were 3 months ago. So the correct setup for the length of pull, the total length of pull, along with the height of the comb is really important. So wherever you are in the country, it is really important to probably get that looked at with a shooting instructor. So tip number 2 is how you address the target, where you first pick the target up as to where you start with your gun. Along with obviously then how are you going to shoot the target, which is then dictated to how you're going to stand. So all of those elements are really, really important. In anticipation to hitting the target, people actually lift their head off the gun, and obviously that is a very big error which needs to be addressed. This can be a very subtle thing, however this gets amplified the further away the target is from you. Spoke about pickup point. On this particular stand, we've got a rabbit trap which is just behind the bund here. The classic example for someone fairly new to shooting would be to perhaps bring their gun right back to the machine. And if you watch how fast the machine, fast the clay appears, if I show you one, you can see that you're always going to be playing catch up. So it's so important to have a reference point in the distance with the fence posts, and obviously look at where you initially see the target. And then the gun needs to be starting out in front with your eyes looking back so that you can see where the target starts, in order to not be playing catch up or ripping the gun way in front of the target. Tip number 3 is don't look at the end of the gun, look at the clay. And again, my example I used with customers is when you drive a car, you don't look at the bonnet, you look at the road ahead. It can be very tempting with some of these guns, and the one that I've got here has got a fluorescent bead, which would not be my preference. I would have a brass bead. So very important to look at the clay, not at the gun. So tip number 4 is driving the gun with your lead hand. So being right-handed, the gun's an extension of your left hand. Being left-handed, the gun is an extension of your right hand. And then line, so I always describe it with customers that the plane of your shoulders should be on the plane of the target. So if the target was coming from left to right on a plane climbing, my left shoulder would drop, okay, so I would be holding the plane of the target, pivoting from my front foot. So if you can all see that I'm holding the line, whereas the classic mistake that people make is they drive with their wrong arm, their right hand, and they actually rainbow off the line. So they can be the perfect lead, but completely off the line. And then shooting a right to left crosser, and again, I'm right-handed, so a lot of people describe this as they find it easier, it's natural gun swing, but from right to left, whereas if you're left-handed, it would be the opposite. An example, okay, is that the target's going from right to left, I'm dropping my right shoulder, and that has an open natural swing, whereas the temptation is to actually rainbow off the line. Tip 5, don't have too high expectations having not shot for such a long period of time, because it's going to take a while to get all your timing back in order. And what I would say is obviously, get your confidence on easier targets before you jump in the deep end and start shooting anything that's too technical. This particular pair, it's a left to right rabbit with a right to left chandelle, and obviously I've looked at the targets, and being right-handed, my left leg is forward in a position that allows me to deal with both targets. My right leg's slightly set back, and I'm shouldering the gun, and I'm I'm addressing the rabbit, okay, about 2 meters away from the bund, so that the speed that it comes out with doesn't make me panic and jump in front of it. I hope you've enjoyed episode 4 of my top 5 tips of how to get back into shooting, which will be on screen now. One small additional tip in this heat is make sure you keep hydrated, drink plenty of water, wear decent sunscreen, and also make sure you've got decent eye protection. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for next week where I'm going to talk you through what I'd have in my competition bag. Stay safe and I'll see you soon.